Trevor is 53 years old and homeless. He says he mostly sleeps on park benches, too scared to stay in a tent like the other rough sleepers do.
You don't want to be in a tent because there's a danger in the tent. Some people just come along and set your tent to like.
Set them on fire?
Yeah, while you're in it. That's why no one who has a tent will zip it up. You always have it open so you can get out.
For Trevor, this shocking account of what life is like on the streets of London is just another story for him. Because after a decade of being homeless, he says he's worn out, tired of living on the streets, but he also says he's tired of broken political promises too.
Every government has always said, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. They're not doing enough things for homeless people. It's like we're forgotten.
Britain is in the midst of a housing crisis, with all of the political parties promising solutions, with people like Trevor caught in the middle. This drop-in centre for the homeless in Brent, northwest London, is run by Crisis, and this is the first time they've ever let cameras in to see the work that they do.
Pretty full-on day though, there's lots of members in, so it should be quite a busy one. Over the last 6 months, we've seen a 40 to 50% increase in footfall of people approaching us for support, which is huge. And we're seeing a lot more older adults recently, so people in their 60s, 70s and 80s who have been in insecure accommodation, who are not able to stay there anymore, who have been sofa surfing.
Hello. Morning. I'm fine. How you doing?
Trevor is now desperate for some help to find a roof above his head.
Yes, my name is Jacopo. I'm calling from Crisis on behalf of one of our clients that we referred to you. Hello, Jacopo speaking. Cool. I'm here with Trevor. I think we need something a bit earlier than that. It's impossible to find any one-bedroom in Brent for a price that would be affordable for. Obviously, outside London is so much easier because in London there's literally nothing.
Worrying new figures reveal that homelessness in later life has jumped by 13% in the last year. Nearly 14,000 older people are now homeless or threatened with it.
If I'm looking at last year, only 9% of our caseload were people over the age of 55, where this year it's 20%, which is just incredible. Only this week I had to approve hotel accommodation for 70-year-olds that spend the night outside, rough sleeping. So we are in the middle of a crisis, and whoever is the next government, we're calling them to address the issue heads on. It's just a tragedy. I think it's a tragedy that all of us need to do something about.
I get chatting to Cleon, who grew up around here. He's a warm and friendly man, but at 67, he's homeless.
I was living with my girlfriend, and she died just a couple months ago. Still hurts. And I was just living with her, so wasn't registered to stay there. So after she died, the landlord said, I gotta go. So he changed the lock on the door. I got nowhere to go, so I come to Crisis.
Cleon ended up in a night shelter, and he's been there ever since, trying to find a room to rent somewhere.
The guy yesterday said to me, £1,000 for your room. That is a bit crazy, isn't it?
£1,000 for a room?
One room, £1,000.
This is now a huge election issue. But the Conservatives have never met their 2019 manifesto promise to build 300,000 new homes a year. Labour promised they'll build 1.5 million in the next 5 years, but there's no specific target for social or affordable homes.
This centre is full of people who've been failed by the housing system, and many of them have told me that they feel forgotten about. But there is one thing that each and every one of them can do to make their voices heard.
With the general election just weeks away, everyone here is being encouraged to sign up to vote.
The election is until the July 4th, but we only have a couple of days left to register. If you are interested in registering, you can register and then think about it.
Have you voted before, Trevor?
Yes, I have.
When was the last time you voted?
Brexit.
Is there any reason it's been so long since you voted?
Yeah, it's having belief in government.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's like, they've really not given me like the inspiration for, yeah, I believe this guy, I'm gonna go and vote for him.
I've never seen no MP or no politician or parliament walking around in London.
Never?
Never.
And if you saw Keir Starmer or Rishi Sunak or whoever else out campaigning on the street here and they came up to you, what would your message be to them?
I'll tell them that you don't support homeless people, you don't support no one in the area, the government doesn't have no time for you. What am I voting for? Voting for change? What change? 13 years of no change. I'm 53 years of age. There's still been no change.
Trevor says he still might use his vote if he hears something worth voting for. Nick Martin, Sky News, North West London.